Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am Sylvia Poniecki, Director of Wespath's Impact Investments Program. Today, I'm excited to talk about one of our values aligned investments. And to do that, I've invited my colleague Trent to join me. Trent, would you mind introducing yourself?
Thanks, Sylvia. It's great to be here as well. I'm Trent Sparrow, the manager of impact investments at Wespath. And my focus here is to identify opportunities that deliver both meaningful social impact and strong financial performance.
As many of you know, Wespath has a long and proud history of investing in affordable housing through our positive social purpose lending program. And over the last 35 years, we've committed over $2 billion to this initiative, supporting the creation of more than 53,000 affordable housing units across the country. What might be lesser known is the work that we've been doing in the microfinance space. Since 2005, Wespath has deployed more than $80 million to support small scale lending in underserved markets. And most recently, we committed an additional $5 million to be invested in this space over the next few years. So, just like with affordable housing, we approach microfinance with a yes and fiduciary impact lens, which means we seek returns that are appropriate for the risk while also driving measurable, lasting impact.
That's right. And before we dive into the details of our most recent investment, I think it's helpful to take a step back and look at what microfinance investing really means. In general, we invest through experienced partners who operate on the ground in developing or emerging economies. These partners have deep local knowledge and they lend directly to micro entrepreneurs, often with loans as small as $50 to $300. These small loans can make a huge difference. They help individuals start or grow a business, stabilize their household income, and create a more secure future, not just for themselves, but often for entire communities.
Which brings us to shared interests, one of our long-standing microfinance partners. Shared Interest is a nonprofit organization based in New York, but its work is focused primarily on supporting underserved communities in Southern Africa. The organization was founded in 1994 by Donna Katzen and a group of U.S. anti-apartheid activists and impact investors, all committed to dismantling structural inequality through financial inclusion. Instead of lending directly, Shared Interest provides loan guarantees to help local banks and financial institutions feel confident lending to Black entrepreneurs, farmers, and small businesses, many of whom would otherwise be denied credit. At Wespath, we've had a long history with Shared Interest. Our first investment with them dates back to the early 2000s. We're proud to be supporting their work once again, now under the leadership of Ann McMickle, who stepped in as executive director after Donna's retirement in 2022. Ann and Shared Interest and the rest of the team have been working persistently to continue honoring Donna's vision. And one of Shared Interest's more recent initiatives that I wanted to highlight is their HBCU Social Impact Leaders Project, which connects students from historically Black colleges and universities to career opportunities in sustainable and impact investing. Shared Interest is all about helping young Black entrepreneurs become global changemakers, driving positive economic growth in their communities and beyond.
Yeah, Sylvia, was exciting. I was actually able to be part of a NASDAQ bell ringing ceremony with the individuals as part of that program. And the energy there at that ceremony was electric. It's a really, really neat program that Shared Interest has created. Stepping back to kind of our investment here at Westpath, before we get too far into the weeds, I just want to provide some background as to how Shared Interest operates and how they turn investor capital into community transformation. This is centered in a 5-step cycle. First, it starts with investors like Westpath. Our capital forms the base for the guarantees that Shared Interest structures. Then, Shared Interest partners with experienced program consultants, or as we like to refer to them in the investment industry, the boots on the ground, to identify and vet high potential entrepreneurs and small and growing businesses. Next, they work hand in hand with entrepreneurs to identify the right credit products and lending institutions making sure they have access to capital that's aligned with their goals. Then comes the guarantee. Shared interest structures a guarantee that bridges the gap between the lender and the entrepreneur, ultimately aligning the interests of the lender, the entrepreneur, and shared interest as the guarantor. Ultimately, this structure reduces risk to the bank and unlocks 5 to 8 times more capital than if shared interest just lent the money directly. Finally, with that capital secured, entrepreneurs are able to launch or expand their businesses, create jobs, and serve their communities. Over time, they repay these loans, and then the capital can be recycled to support more businesses. It's a smart, high leverage model that's deeply rooted in long term partnership.
Trent, thank you for that. One of the projects that really stands out to me is the Siatutfuka Chicken Co-op in Eswatini. It's a great example of both impact and resilience. The co-op was made up of 27 women who initially secured a loan to raise poultry. But shortly after they launched, the local market was flooded with inexpensive chicken imports, making their original business model unsustainable. Rather than give up, they pivoted. So they diversified into the popcorn production business and ended up building a successful business that supplies popcorn to schools and supermarkets across the country. And it's just a remarkable story that really illustrates the adaptability and determination we often see in these entrepreneurs.
I really appreciate the adaptability that that story provides. I'd love to share another one with folks. This one comes from KwaZulu Natal, South Africa. Shared interest helped guarantee a loan to a bus company cooperative. This Black and female owned cooperative formed through a merger of two local taxi associations and another local bus company. With shared interest guarantee in place, the cooperative was able to purchase 24 buses, significantly improving access to transportation for residents of underserved townships in the area. The impact was immediate and tangible. 55 new jobs were created. The region saw improved mobility, and the cooperative was positioned for long term growth, all because the guarantee helped unlock financing that wouldn't have been available otherwise. This is exactly the kind of catalytic effect we hope to see in this type of investment, creating sustainable infrastructure, empowering local ownership, and expanding opportunity in historically marginalized communities. Shared interest is what a solid values aligned investment looks like. Measurable impact, responsible stewardship, uh, uh, measurable impact, responsible stewardship of capital, and a long-term vision for inclusive economic growth. We're proud of our partnership with Shared Interest and look forward to what the future holds for them and us as an investor in their organization.